नमो तस् भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्दस्स नमो तस् भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्दस्स नमो तस् भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्दस्स Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, Dhammang Saranang Gacchami, Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. Dutiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami. Dutiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami. Dutiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. Tatiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami. Tatiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami. Tatiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, today we're going to learn one of the beautiful sutta which has a great meaning to our life, and we can directly see this sutta from our life and all surrounded of us. Okay, this sutta name is called Iṭṭha Sutta. Iṭṭha means likable, what we like. Okay, this sutta is from Numerical Discourses, book of 5. Gundaraja Bhaktu. So this sutta happens in Savatthi on one occasion when the Blessed One was dwelling at Savatthi Jetvanarama. That time, Anathapindak, the devotee for the offerer of the Jetvan monastery, he visited to Supreme Buddha. He worshipped him and sat down to one side. Sitting like this, Supreme Buddha said to him, what the Buddha says, Panchime Gahapati Dhamma Iṭṭha Kanta Manapa Dullabha Lokasmi. What did he say? What did Supreme Buddha say to this Gahapati? That householder, these 5 things which are likable, desirable, agreeable, are hard to get in the world. So, Iṭṭha, Kanta, Manapa, Dullabha Lokasmi. It's not easy to get. It's very difficult to have these things. Katame Panch, and what 5 are those? Ayu Gahapati, householder. Anathapindika, first thing is called Ayu, the long life. Second thing is Ayu, Iṭṭha, Kanto, Manapo, Dullabo, Lokasmi. Vanno, Vanna, it means beauty. Beauty is also likable, agreeable, desirable, and it is hard to come in this world. Sukhang, Sukhang, it means happiness. Sukhang, Iṭṭhang, Kantang, Manapam. Dullabang lokasmi. Happiness is also likable, desirable, agreeable, and it's and are very hard to get in this world. Yaso, yaso it means fame, okay, or success. That everyone want to success in their life. Everyone want to have everything in this their life. So yaso is also Iṭṭho, Kanto, Manapo, Dullabo, Lokasmi. This happiness or success or fame, it is also likable, desirable, agreeable, and it is very hard to get in the world. And fifth one, Buddha says, Sagga. Sagga, it means heaven. Iṭṭha, Kanta, Manapa, Dullaba, Lupasmi. The being born into the heavenly world, it is desirable, likable, agreeable, and it's very hard to come to their life. So, Imeko Gahapati, Panchadhamma, Iṭṭha, Kanta, Manapa, Dullaba, Lupasmi. Now, these are five things which are likable, desirable, agreeable, but hard to get in the world. When we investigate, we see it is true. All the things, our whole life, what we are looking for. We want to live one extra day. We want to live a longer life. We need to look beautiful. Doesn't matter where we are born. Always we want to look presentable. Always we want to see that how I can present myself in front of others. How they see me. I should look beautiful, you know. So everyone in this world wants. And that's why they judge from. It's always they want to look better from someone else who is close by them. So the mark that everyone desire for happiness. They need happiness. All the things we are working, we are doing all the things, you know. Even the learning of Dhamma is also has the intention to gain the happiness. Practicing Buddhism is also has the intention. So by practicing this, I may get the happiness. Success or fame. That whatever we start, whatever we begin, in any small business or anything, that we want to succeed in that, we want to complete in that. So the yash is also we want that is which is likable, and for that whole world is working for, and none of us or no beings willingly go to the hell, willingly want to go to the four bad destination, a fire. No one wants. What everyone needs, what everyone thinks, that after departing from this body, I want to born somewhere. I want to be born into the heavenly world. Everyone. In India, there is a custom. Whoever passed away, doesn't matter he's a good person or not. They write it down, the Swargavasi, So born into the heaven, something like this. Who lives in the heavenly world. So written also, they might want to make person that this person has born into the heaven. So Supreme Buddha said to the Anathapindik, these five things are very rare and very, it is desirable, likable, agreeable, but it's very hard to get in this world. And it is true. It is true. Supreme Buddha says, furthermore, Imesam ho gahapati panchanam dhammanam iṭṭhanam kantanam manapanam dullavanam lokasmi na ayajana hetu va pathana hetu va patilabam vadami. What the Buddha says, that Gahapati, Anathapindika, These five things, which are likable, desirable, agreeable, and very hard to get in this world, those things, these five things, no one can get by praying in front of someone or wishing for them. Though this doesn't come by that. If they were would like that. Go with the cane either. So, what the Buddha says, these five things in surrounding of us. We see people go to temple, people work hard, and what they go whenever they go to temple, what they wish, worshipping to the deities or worshipping to the God or worshipping even in front of the Buddha, without knowing how the Buddha has explained to do these things, what the people do, always do, ayachana. They beg from they beg from the deities. Oh, please God, give us this, give us this, give us this. We want happiness, we want long life. Bless us for life. Or Parthana. So they do these ritual things, in a different ways. They wish for it, they do the prayers for it, so they can get it. But this does not come because of just by asking or doing this worshipping or by worshipping or by begging in front of deities. But and what is the reason because of behind it? Because in this whole world, they don't know that how these five likable, desirable, and agreeable things come to our life. They don't know. That's why people usually go to the temple, Saturday they go to the different temples. Sunday they go to the different temples. Monday they go. In India, you will see the several temples and you will see the several people going to the different temples. And what they ask from there, that God, please grant us the long life, grant us the beauty, give us the happiness, give us the yasha, give us the peace, and please God, let me be enter into the heavenly world. Whenever I pass away, I want to go to the heaven. Those are things they beg from it. For that, they are ready to do all kind of rituals. So, Buddha says, but it does not come like that. It does not come like that. If if they were come like this, means if just by asking, just by begging, if those things will come, then who would lack them? No one. No one. If you go to the temple and ask that you want to be a long life, and if you can get the long life by doing that, in this whole world, no one will die. Because people will go to the temple and they will ask, I want long life. But it is not visible. We see in this world, there are people who passed away in the womb. Some of the kids they passed away in very early life in the childhood. Some they passed away in their teenage life. Some dies in their 25 or 30 midlife. 40 years some people dies, or some dies like 100 years, something like this. There is a variations in the passing away. There is a lot of difference we see in this world. If this life, this long life, if it has come just by asking, give us the life, then none of people will pass away in the short time of spirit. Buddha says the same thing here. What the Buddha says, Nako Gahapati Arahati Arya Savako Ayukamo Ayu Aichitum Va Abhinanditum Va Ayusavapi Hetu. What say? The noble disciple who wants to live long life ought not pray for it or hope for it or pay for it. Instead, what they do? Ayu kamena gahapati aryasavakena ayu samvattanika patipada patipajitappa. Instead, they should practice the way that leads to long life. They should practice that way. Ayu samvattanika hissa patipada patipanna ayu patilavaya satyate. For by practicing that way, they gain the long life. Solabhihoti ayus tibbasava manasakena. So, as they practice this path, which is give us the long life, then they can gain the long life. It may be human life or the heavenly world's life. So, what the Buddha says, as a noble disciple, when someone who refused to triple gem, they embrace the Buddhism. And for such a person, what the Buddha is explaining, that devotees, the householder, you should not beg for long life. You should not wish for long life. Instead of that, what you should do, you should practice the path which gives you the long life, which makes your life longer. And what is it? Why the people are having the shorter lifespan? So they learn from the Dhamma. In Chula Kamma Vibhanga Sutta, it is mentioned that there are people who born and passed away very early. So Buddha, this Subhas from Supreme Buddha, Bhante, what is the reason behind it? And Buddha says, when the persons practice killing beings. So when the person kills a living being, what they do, they interrupt their lifespan. If any animal or any being, doesn't matter how big or small those are, if someone interrupt their life, then the result of that, they will get their life is also interrupted. Instead of Buddha says, if someone practice to develop the loving kindness toward them, develop the compassion toward this animal, what will happen? They abstain from killing beings. When someone abstains from killing beings, they instead of killing, what they do, they provide shelter to them or they help them. Because of it, when they born into the next life or when they born, they will have the long life in a human world and long life in the heavenly world also. So this long life, it does not come just because of begging, just because of asking from the deities. It comes what they practice from their day-to-day life. They have practiced that abstaining from killing beings. They did not kill any living beings, and because of it, they are getting this long life. So if you are blessed with the long life, if you are above 60, if you are above 70, you should be very happy. Why? Because in your past lives, what you have done, you have abstained from killing beings. You have abstained from. If you continue that, so that is the path which gives us the longer lifespan. So look at yourself and be happy. Oh, in past lives, I have done something good, and so I am blessed with a long life. And I will do the continue these things. Because of that, the nature is this. So, Supreme Buddha said here, Arya Savakena Ayu Sangvattanika Patipada Pachitappa. That the noble disciple should practice the way which leads to long life. When person practice that way, they gain the long life. It may be Solabhyoti Ayusa Dibbasa Manasake. So they gain the life, heavenly life or as a human being. They born in that. That is the first thing. Second thing Supreme Buddha says, Nakho Gahapati Arya Savako Varnakama. Someone who desire for a beautiful thing, such a noble disciple should not ayachitum va abhinanditum va varnasavapi. So person should not hope for that, should not uh, beg for it, or should not pray for it. Just I want to look beautiful. Does not happen just because of that. Varnakamena kahapati. If someone want to look beautiful, someone want to get the beautiful life or beauty in their life, Arya Savakena Varna Sangvatanika Patipada Pachita. So what they should do? They should practice the path which leads toward beauty. Which leads toward beauty. Because beauty does not come by begging it, by praying for it, by asking for it, by hoping for it. So, Buddha said, instead of that, to just pray to, oh God, give us the beauty, instead of that, you should work on those skills. You should work according to Dhamma, which gives you the beautiful life. And what is it? In one of the suttas, the Mallika Devi asked from the Supreme Buddha, Bhante, why someone is not beautiful, why someone is not pleasant. So Buddha says, if the person is very short-tempered, if the person is getting very angry toward all the time, hence, whenever they born, they do have that, they are not looked. So, oppose of that, what they have to do? They should develop loving kindness. All the time, they should practice loving kindness. They should practice karuna. They should practice mudita. They should practice altruistic joy, equanimity, upekha. So those things. Practice compassion, loving kindness, altruistic joy, and equanimity. These four kind of meditations, loving kindness, the person should practice. And because of this, by practicing it, they will gain the beauty in their life. But we are born into the human world. It is our nature. When the small things, we get angry. Isn't that? So, what we should do? As soon as you get angry, the first thing you should do to get rid of your anger. Your anger should not stay longer than. So you should practice to get the beauty by practicing loving kindness. Third thing Buddha says, Nakho kahapati arahati arisavako sukha kamo sukham ayachitum va abhinanditum va sukhasavapi. The Buddha says, this noble disciple should not, who wants to have happiness, shouldn't hope for it, shouldn't beg for it, pray for it, or pine for it. Okay? Because it does not come by that, by hoping, oh, I want the happiness, and the happiness doesn't manifest in that way. But instead of just begging or instead of just asking, Supreme Buddha says, Arya Savakena Sukha Sangvatinika Patipada Bhajitava. This person, they should practice the path which leads toward happiness. They should practice. Once they practice that path, then. And what is the path of happiness? The path of happiness is practicing the precepts, developing the generosity. What the Buddha says? Sukhang setang adivachanam yadidam punyani. The merit, what we collect, the second name for merit is called happiness. So if someone wants happiness in their life, what they need? They need the merit. They need the good actions, the good karma in their life. That is the thing. What we do? We want happiness in our life. So we should always think, I want to collect the good karma. Supreme Buddha said to the bhikkhus, Ma bhikkhave punyana bhaita. Bhikkhus, do not fear to collect or generate good karma. Sukhang setang, ittang pantang manapang, yadidang punyani. This happiness, which is agreeable, likable, desirable, that is another name for it. It is called merit. If you want to live happy, develop this, collect this good karma. And that the path Buddha explained to us. So what are the paths? That bodily, verbally, and mentally, we should not engage in bad things. We should protect our mind to do harmful things. And bodily, we should abstain from killing beings, sexual misconduct, stealing, intoxicating, such things we should do. And with the body, what we should do? We should practice generosity. We help someone, we should help others, So, such a things we can develop. Second thing, verbally, abstaining from telling lies, abstaining from divisive speech, abstaining from harsh words and idle chatter. Abstain from that. Instead of it, use the truth, polite words, kind words, the words which connect people and the meaningful words we should speak. We should speak compassion to others. Show the compassion through our voice. Our words should be polite. That thing is we should do by our work. By mind, we should try to get rid of greed, hatred, delusion. Instead of that, mindfully, we should develop the mindfulness. We should develop good heart, compassionate heart. We should practice the meditation by breathing meditation, by practicing loving kindness, by foulness of body, doing Buddhanusati and all kinds of meditation. We should learn from them. Those things, by three things, what we will do? These things will generate immense amount of merit, which will lead our life toward happiness. And Buddha says, Soho lavi hoti sukhasa vibhasava manusas. So person who practice the path to leads toward happiness, they will get in both ways. One, if they born to the human world, they will have the happiness. If they born to the heavenly world, they will get the heavenly life and happiness in that life also. Buddha says all the happiness you can gather together in the world, and those does not get similar. All the people in this world, those are happy. So Buddha says the happiness, the greatest happiness in this world is one the king of a will-turning monarch. He is the one who possesses that happiness. Supreme Buddha says 16-fold or more than that happiness is come into the heavenly world. So the happiness you can gain in human life or the heavenly world. The fourth thing Buddha says about yasa. Nakho gahapati arahati aryasavaku yasakam. The noble disciple who wants to be famous, who wants to succeed, that person ought not to pray for it. Ayachitam, or hope for it, or pay for it. Instead of that, what this person should do? This person should practice the path which makes our life successful. Happiness. How can someone succeed? How can someone gain the fame? Buddha says, Satchavadi, who tells the truth, that person gains the fame. The person who always helps someone else, shows mercy on others, that person gain fame. Time to time, goes to the uh, invite bhikkhus or goes to bhikkhus and offer them to sit on the proper place, showing them that reverence. That is also part to give them yes, sir. That is also thing that person get famous because of that. Because if someone show the proper reverence to the bhikkhus or the person who is virtuous, that person born into the clay where they have the hierarchy or they born to the wealthy families, you know. So the fame and success is come from that. We should understand it. Fifth one, Buddha says, the noble disciple who wants to go to the heaven ought not to pray for it. That person, the noble disciple who want to born to the heavenly world, what should do he do? He should oath not to pray for it, or hope for it, or find for it. Instead of, they should practice the way that leads to heaven. Yeah? Arya Savaka Saggakam, who wants to be born to the heavenly world. It is not just automatically come. You are wishing that I want to be born to the heaven, and you have never worked the qualities which leads to heavenly world. How can you born into that world? It cannot be. Only means there is everywhere the path. Means if you want to go, like if you are staying in Toronto and you want to go to the Markham, like where our monastery is, what you will do, you will travel in that way. You will take the steps. You will drive your car or you will go in that direction because you want to go there. But instead of that, you are driving opposite of it. Can you reach to the Markham? You cannot. Can you reach the monastery? You cannot. Or instead of just sitting at home and just thinking, I want to be go to the monastery. Hey, hey Lord, or please God, take me to the monastery. Is that possible? Never. That cannot happen. You have to work for that to go to that destination. And that is it. So the person who wants to go to the heavenly world, what he do? Instead of begging it, instead of asking it, instead of uh, worshipping for it to gain, what he do? This person practice the way that leads to heaven. And what is it? Buddha says, Yekechi buddham saranangata se date gamissanti apaya. If someone go refuge to Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, or someone goes refuge to Buddha, by whole heart, someone develops the confidence on Buddha, such a person, by going refuge, by not spoiling his confidence on Buddha, by developing that confidence, he becomes the worthy born to the heavenly world. Then in Dhammapada, another one, verse says that someone uh, does not do wrong with the body. Sabba papasa karanam kusalasya upasampada sachitta pariyodapana. Someone that is a Buddha's teaching for what? To go to the heavenly world. So how? By restraining all doing wrong things, developing goodness in their life, practicing mindfulness, that person is also goes to the heavenly world. So in this sutras, you will see many or majority of people who they practice, they have gone to the heavenly world. And that's why Buddha's dispensation is beautiful. Smallest things they did, they born to them. Generosity is the one which leads to the heavenly world. Virtue is the one which leads to the heavenly world. Practicing mindfulness is the one which leads to the heavenly world. These all things should be part of our life. We should practice that. And that is the pathway. That is the way to go on to the heaven. So, as a noble disciple, as a disciple of Supreme Buddha, what we should do in our day-to-day life, we should make this. We should take the efforts to gain the merit. We should take the effort to practice it. That is so. Supreme Buddha says, if someone practice in that way, this person born into the Sola Vihoti Saggananti. So this person, they are one who gains the heaven. Heavenly life does not come by asking, begging, praying for it, hoping for it. No, it comes by practice. Comes by practice. So if you behave, if you have the good practice in your life, then there is no one. Like Buddha gave the one of the example like this. What the Buddha says? There are the one pot, the clay pot is filled with stones. Okay? And people throw this pot into the river. What will happen? The pot which filled with the stones, it will sink down, it will go under water. And whole village with the both side of river, they will come and they will close their hands and they will pray, hey pot, please come up, come up. We ask for you, we beg for you. Can this pot come up? Can those stones come up? Cannot. Why? Because the nature of these stones are heavy. Those does not come by begging or praying or worshipping. Cannot come. Buddha gave the second example. Buddha says, the pot, the clay pot is filled with the butter. The pot is filled with the butter and they will throw into the water. At first, this pot will sink and the whole village will come together and they will say, butter does not come up, butter does not come up. Stay there, we wait for you. Is it possible to stay the butter inside? No. Automatically, it will come up because the nature of the butter is a lightened form. That is the quality, that is the power. So the Buddha says, this does not come just by begging or hoping for it. You have to work to gain long life, beauty, happiness, fame, and heavenly world. You have to work for it. Okay. Furthermore, Buddha says, Ayung Vannang Yasang Hitting Saggang Ucha Kulinatang Ratio Pattayanena Ulara Aparapara. What the Buddha says, that for one who desires a continuous flow of expectational delights, long life, beauty, fame, and reputation, heaven and birth in the eminent family, Appamadang pasansanti punya kiryasu pandita appamatto ubho atte adhigannati pandito. The student praise diligence in making merit, being diligent and an astute person gain the both benefits. Person delights in that. But when they get it, it's Ditte dhamme cha yo atto yo chatto samparaiko attha visamaya dhiro panditoti pauchati. What it says? The benefit in this life and in lives to come, a wise one comprehending the meaning is called astute, or Pandit, or uh, the wise one, the clever one. Okay? So, Buddha says these words that in this very life they gain, and in the future life also. So, those are the clever, those are the Pandit people. So, what we should do? We should develop the diligence to practice. We should collect the good karma to gain it. We should always should be ready to gain. And whatever the life comes, we should secure our life to those things. So this is the sutta Supreme Buddha mentioned. Sutta called the Iṭṭha Sutta, the likeable. And Anatha Pindika delighted in that too. So this is beautiful sutta. We should see and understand. All the time in this surrounded of us, people are asking, begging for it, but none of them get just by asking or praying for it. Those are all things comes because of the practices if we can do. So uh, all the merit we collected from this sutta, may this sutta be helpful for all of us to take this meaning in our heart, and we may practice the good Dhamma, so we may have a long life, beauty, fame, happiness, and heavenly world. May this sutta be helpful for all of us to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
All I can say, thank you, Bante. It was another beautiful sutta, very enjoyable and very simple, but very deep.
It's true. Yes, thank you. So, thank you very much for participating of today's program. We will conclude this session today. Uh, uh, we gathered here at this moment, and then we went to Refuge Triple Gym. We observed a 5%. We practice the breathing meditation by teaching this sutta, by learning this sutta, by discussing upon it. We have accumulated a lot of good karma, which mentioned in the sutta, help us to have happiness. So, by collecting this all merit, we should share, or we like to share to all the heavenly beings. All heavenly beings may rejoice in this merit, and they may gain the happiness, and they may realize the Four Noble Truth in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We share this merit with our departed relatives. In this life or long life of samsara, who have departed from us, we share this merit with them. By the power of this merit, they may have a good life in the next life, and they may become fortunate to escape from this harsh journey of samsara. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We share this merit with our teacher, Lokuswami Mahansa, all the monks in the monastery, all the nuns in the monastery, in this country, in this world. We share this merit with all of them. By the power of this merit, they may have happy life, healthy life, long life. They may practice well, and they may realize this Dhamma in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We share this merit with all of your family members, friends, relatives, colleagues. We share this merit with all of them. We share the merit with Linda also and her mother, all the listeners of our program, all the participants who usually come. So we share this merit with all of them. Whoever donate or devote their time to the monastery, we share this merit with all of them. By the power of this merit, by the power of Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, deity's protection, you may all have happy life, healthy life, long life. All the fortune comes your way. You may have the association of noble friend, and you may practice the good Dhamma, and you may realize the Dhamma in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. That's all. So, bless you, everyone. Abhivadana Silisa Nicham Vardhapachayino Chattaro Dhamma Vadanti Ayuvanno Sukham Balang Ayurarogya Sampatti Satta Sampatti Mevacha Ato nibbana sampatti iminate samichatu.
Many merits,
I
Bante.
forgot it. That even by worshipping the virtuous people, Abhivadana seal is, if someone worship the virtuous people, they also get this four thing. Ayu, Vanno, Sukhang, Bala. Long life, beauty, happiness, and power. So by just worshipping also, that is also one of the path. So remember that I forgot to tell you at that time when I was explaining, but by worshiping. So remember this, even we worship to the noble ones, even we worship to the virtuous people, in that time, we gain the merit by them. So when you go to the monastery, most of time we see the monks are younger than our age, but still we bow down to them. What is the reason? Because they are virtuous. They left the home, they are practicing the path. So when we worship them, then we become worthy of four things. Ayu, Vanna, Sukha and Bal. Ayu means life, Vanna means beauty, Sukha means happiness, Bal means power. So Yasha in a kind of way. So these four things we can just get by worshipping noble ones. Okay? Remember that also. Okay? So see you next week. And we'll learn one of the suttas that time. Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya, Bante.
Thank you, Bante.
Thank you, Bante. Namo Buddhaya.
Bante. Thank you, Bante.
That was Saranai.
Thank you, Bande. Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
Namo Buddhaya Bante. Theravada Saranai.
Namo Buddhaya.